teacher here. So what we're going to learn today is multiplying a binomial by another binomial. So let's get started with the first question. 2x minus 1 times 5x plus 6. We're doing that. If there is no sign in the middle, that is understood as multiplication. So we have to multiply these two terms. So for this question, we're going to use the FOIL method. What is the FOIL method? We have to multiply the first number and the second number that is in the second binomial. So 2x times 5x, and we have to do the same thing, but 2x times 6. So we have to do like that, and then we have to do negative and minus 1 to 5x, and then minus 1 to 6. So that's basically how you do it. And now let's write it down separately. So 2x minus 5x, because that's 2x times 5x, we have to do that first. And then 2x times 6. And then negative 1 times 5x, and then negative 1 times positive 6. Okay, now we wrote it down separately. Okay, let's find out the answer for each part. In the previous video, I taught you how to multiply two terms together. So 2x times 5x. So we have to multiply the numbers first. So let's do that. Positive 2 times 5 is positive 5. So that's going to be positive 10 because we have two positive numbers and 2 times 5 is 10. So let's write that. And then we have two of the same variables. So let's write down the variable x. And then let's add the exponent. Let's add the exponent. So this x to the power 1 and x to the power 1. So this exponent here is 1 and the exponent here is 1. So that's going to be 2. So this is 10x power 2. And then 2x times 6. So positive 2 times positive 6. That is positive 12. And then we have x and no variable here. So let's just write down x. And then negative 1 times positive 5x. So negative 1 times positive 5, that is 5, and that is negative 5 because we have a positive number and a negative number. So that will be negative 5. And then we have x, and we have no variable here, so let's write down that. And then negative 1 times 6. So negative 1 times positive 6. You have two different signs. So negative sign and positive sign. So our answer is going to be a negative number. And then 1 times 6 is 6. So we put minus 6. Okay, let's simplify the numbers, the terms with what we got. 10x squared. Do we have an x squared here? So let's see. X, no variable. So we can't do anything. We can't simplify 10x squared. Then x. Is there x anywhere? X. Yes, there is x here. And there is no variable here. And it's x squared here. And okay, let's simplify 12x minus 5x. So 12 minus 5, that is 7. And then we're subtracting, remember, not multiplying. So we're not going to add our exponents together. So we're going to just keep it as it is because we're subtracting. So 12 minus 5 is 7. And then x and x, we have the same variable, so we're just going to put x. And then minus 6 because there's no other term with no variables. So our answer is 10x squared plus 7x minus 6. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. 2x squared plus 8 times x squared minus 7. So let's use the FOIL method. 2x squared times x squared. We have to do the first term. And then okay. So we combine the terms together. Let's write it separately now. So 2x squared and then x squared plus 2x squared negative 7 and then 8 and then times x squared and then 8 and negative 7. Okay, so we wrote it separately. Let's figure out the answer for each part. So 2 times 1x squared, so that's going to be 2 times 1 is 2. And then we have x squared and x squared. We have the same variable, so let's write that down. And then let's add the exponents together. 2 plus 2, that is 4. So this one is 2x to the power of 4. Okay, let's multiply the next part. 2x squared times negative 7. So positive 2 times negative 7. We have a positive number and negative number. So our answer is going to be negative number. And then 2 times 7 is 14. So that'll be 4 minus 14. And then we have a variable here and no variable here. So let's just write down the variable and exponent. X is squared. Now let's move on to the next part. So 8 times positive x squared. So we have two of the same number, positive 8 and positive 1. And so 8 times 1 is 8. And we have two very positive numbers. Our answer is going to be a positive number. That's going to be 8. And we have no variable here and a variable here. So let's just write down that variable. So 8x squared. On to the last part. Positive 8 times negative 7. We have a positive number and negative number. So our answer is going to be a negative number. And 8 times 7 is 56. So negative 50 minus 56. And then we have no variable in each term, in any term. So we're going to write this minus 56. Let's see if I can simplify any parts in this answer now. So 2x power 4 minus 14x power 2 plus 8x power 2 minus 56. So let's see if there's an x power 4 anywhere in any of these terms. X power 2, x power 2, nope, no variable here. Okay, let's move on to x squared. X squared and no variable. Hey, and no x squared. We only have x power 4. But we have these two parts. So let's simplify. So negative 14 plus positive 8. So we have two different sums. So we're going to apply the adding rule. Adding integer. So we're going to apply the adding integer rule. So that's going to be negative 6 if we apply the adding integer rule. So that's going to be negative 6. And then we have the same power and we have the same variable and exponent. So we can just keep it as it is. That's going to be 2x power 4 minus 6x squared minus 56. That is our answer. We're leaving it at that answer because we have nothing else to simplify. So that's our answer. So that's how you multiply a binomial by another binomial. I hope you enjoyed my lesson today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!